What's happening, people? Welcome back to Curtis Talks Chelsea. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to support me. Good to have you back. Where do we start? Now, on this channel, we're not just talking about Chelsea, we're talking about football. Lots of drama going on over the weekend. Was you watching? West Ham. Unbelievable. That could be the Premier League done and dusted. It looks like Arsenal are going to go on and win. Can you believe that? I know a lot of Arsenal fans, so they're going to be happy with that result. They're in the driving seat now, and I cannot see them losing the title. So a lot to get through. Chelsea managers, as always, no confirmed news as of yet who the main man will be going into the new season. So Chelsea managers will be talking about the FA Cup final, and we'll also be hitting on the past weekend's results in the Premier League. So make sure you tune in. Let's go. West Ham. Now, it wouldn't be right if we didn't talk about the weekend's results. And what a key result it was at the top of the Premier League. And Arsenal, you have got away with one there. Absolutely got away with it. Final minute equaliser by West Ham, and it goes to VAR. Now, I don't know about you, but VAR is just annoying. Absolutely annoying when it comes to these decisions. Taking several minutes to decide if it's a penalty or not. Come on, it's clear to see. You can't touch goalkeepers. If you put your hand or your arm on a goalkeeper in a set piece situation, you're going to get blown for a foul against. You can't do it. So it was a foul. A lot of people are coming out saying Arsenal cheated, this, that and the other. And if you look at the way Arsenal do their set pieces, 9 times out of 10, yeah, they get lucky and they get the result when they're scrapping in the box. This time round, again, it goes in their favour and people are sick of it. But for me, it's not a pen. You can't put your arms and hands on the goalkeepers. They're too protected. Massively protected. Raya knew what he was doing. He was coming out to claim the ball and he got held back. So there you have it. That's the title done. Yes, City have got 3 games left. Arsenal have got 2. This season is done. I can't see Arsenal throwing it away, especially with their last 2 fixtures. Just cannot see it. And Man City, they had their opportunity against Everton and they blew it with a 3-3 draw. So it's hard to say as a Chelsea fan, but Arsenal are going to win the league. And that's just Arsenal, let alone relegation now, and West Ham looking like they're going to drop. Tottenham get a result against Leeds United, then looks like West Ham are going down. Just as a neutral, as a Chelsea fan, wanted West Ham to get a point, wanted West Ham to get that decision in their favour, and it wasn't to be. And we've got to move on. Chelsea have got bigger problems. We've got huge problems at the minute, right? Let alone worrying about Arsenal winning the league and about Tottenham getting relegated. We need a manager in now, soon as possible. Who's that going to be? Felipe Luis, his name's been thrown around. The guy hasn't even got an A licence to manage in the Premier League. Now, we might get it soon, but he needs to hurry up if he's going to be the name for Chelsea Football Club. I don't think he will be. Yeah, he's been seen in London with Thiago Silva. Means nothing. They're good friends. They go back. Both ex-Chelsea players. Don't read too much into that. I can't see it happening. He's got a lack of experience. His only experience comes from being in Brazil as a manager. So Chelsea is just way beyond the level he's at. And that's no disrespect to him. Good luck to him in the future. There's other names flying around. As we mentioned in previous videos, Adone Areola. Looks like Crystal Palace for him. Well, that's crazy. That's crazy. Bournemouth absolutely flying, 6th in the league. Crystal Palace, it's been a nothing season, but they've had an amazing run in Europe, in the Conference League. He looks like he's interested. Again, as we said before, he wants to come to London. Crystal Palace is a London club. All the speculation around Chelsea, and it's Palace that he's interested in. Why is that? Why is he not interested in Chelsea Football Club? Well, who would be? Lack of assurances on what the plan is, what the project is for Blueco. What is the plan? What is the project? I'm just buying young players, inexperienced in the Premier League. Where's that got us in the league? Nowhere. That's where it's got us. Nowhere. So we need to bring someone in. Areola, potentially, would have been a good signing. But again, I'm on the bandwagon of not wanting Areola to be our man. He isn't the right person. He isn't the right manager. He hasn't got the right personality, in my eyes, to lead this Chelsea Football Club to the next level. Now, we've gone backwards. Yeah, we've gone backwards. We need to be going in the right direction. We got the draw against Liverpool, but that's It's pathetic. Liverpool depleted with injuries. Okay, could have had a penalty with João Pedro, but we draw. But it stops the rot. Stops the rot. 6 defeats, especially with the FA Cup coming up, the 16th of May. We needed to get a result, and we got a result there with our next league game against Spurs at home. And who's going to be watching? Xabi Alonso? Will he be in the crowd? Everyone's saying Xabi Alonso. And Xabi Alonso is, to me, he's the man. He's the man we need in. Why? You might say, why Alonso? Well, if Liverpool get rid of Slot anytime soon, Alonso will fill his boots pretty quick. Let's say that. Pretty quick. And why not? He knows Liverpool, knows the Premier League. He's got experience now as a manager. Bayer Leverkusen, Real Madrid. These are big clubs. These are not box standard clubs in the world, like in the Brazilian league or even clubs in Italy. This is the German Bundesliga and La Liga. Massive divisions. And he's played in the best league in the world, the Premier League. He has experience. We need it. We need him for many reasons. Tactically, technically, what a player Alonso was in that midfield. And what a boost to our midfielders if he comes to our club. Imagine what Enzo Fernandez would be thinking when Xabi Alonso walks in the dressing room. Not Areola or Glasner, someone like Alonso, or we've said before, Frank Lampard. Huge respect for Frank Lampard as a player. That's why it's gone down so well at Coventry. You've got to respect the manager. And okay, you should respect any manager you have. There's certain managers, as we've seen, Graham Potter, Liam Rosenior. What have they done? Have the players respected them? Have the players played for these managers? No, they haven't. And why not? Because they're not at the Chelsea calibre. It's okay at your Bournemouths and your Crystal Palaces, no disrespect. This is Chelsea Football Club. The standard is high. Look at the managers we've had. Ancelotti, Conte, Mourinho, Tuchel, Hiddink. Top managers. Going back. Vialli. Now look at Chelsea. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. We're in disarray. We need to sort it out. And number one for me is the manager. Get the right manager in. Give him what he wants. Give him what he needs. Not just what he wants. Because managers don't always get what they want. We know that from Enzo Maresca. He didn't get to choose the players to play in certain games. Because Bluco were pulling the strings. They were forcing Esteval to play when he was injured. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting behaviour. And you can say, yeah, that wasn't down to Bluco. It was. 100% it was. And we know, for the injuries Esteval had, he needed time. And Maresca knew he needed time. And he never got that. And Maresca never got enough time to be Chelsea manager to take us to the next level. Beating Paris Saint-Germain 3-0 in a Champions Cup a year ago means nothing now to Bluco. And it's backfired. And they need to act. And hopefully they've admitted that they need to make decisions now for the interests of the fans. Not just their back pockets, the fans. What about us? We need a solid manager. Alonso ticks the box. For me, he does. He's the guy, and we need to act quickly. We need to act quick on this because Liverpool are sniffing around him. They know. They know he's available. He wants to come back into football. Alonso is probably at home now, laughing at Real Madrid. And why? 30 million people have just signed a petition to get Kylian Mbappe out of the club. Now, that could be rumours, that could be speculation. There was a petition to get Kylian Mbappe out. And he's had a really good season for Real Madrid. Again, these Galacticos, high-profile players that are causing a stir. And they caused a big stir when Alonso was there. Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe, Bellingham. They've got some phenomenal players there, but it just didn't work. Why didn't it work? And according to Liverpool FC, they've inquired to Real Madrid to find out the ins and outs of why Alonso left, why they got rid of him. It's interesting. But then Real Madrid just got done over by Barcelona last night. Marcus Rashford scoring that amazing free kick. Titles done and dusted. Barcelona have won the league. What have Real Madrid done since Xabi Alonso left? They've gone backwards. So we need to give this guy time if we get him in. And it's a big if because it's Chelsea Football Club. We get too het up on he's the guy, he's got to come in. All of a sudden, someone throws a spanner in the works. And Gary O'Neill from Strasbourg comes comes to be a manager, like, listen, we know that's not going to happen. We know Gary O'Neill isn't going to turn up and be Chelsea's new manager. Blueco hopefully have learnt that, and I know for a fact that won't happen. But Felipe Luis, he hasn't got the experience. Frank Lampard, he's not going to leave Coventry. He just won't. He just got him promoted. Now, a name I've heard mention, and don't know if I'm dreaming when I'm saying this name, but Thomas Tuchel, England manager. He's got unfinished business at Chelsea. Just imagine it. Just imagine it. He was loved by Chelsea fans, and what a job he done. I'll never forget that game against Spurs, where him and Conte come to blows, almost. That was just a highlight of me when Tuchel was manager. But again, it's a pipe dream. We can all have pipe dreams on who we want to be our manager of our club. Tuchel would be up there. 100%. Let's be realistic. Alonso, maybe Cesc Fabregas. However, those who don't follow Italian football, Cesc Fabregas is a shared owner into the club, but he's their manager, and he's also just led them into Europe for the first time in their history. Como. You're probably thinking, who the hell is Como? Well, they've just got into Europe in the Italian league through the hard work of Cesc Fabregas and what he's put into that team. So there's a chance. I don't think it's a good chance, but there's a chance. There's other names with more potential that Chelsea would be interested in. We've said Silva from Fulham. For me, no, don't want to go there. Great manager, done a great job with what he's had. He won't be going to Chelsea. Same for Glasner. What Glasner's done for Crystal Palace, they've been talking about making a statue of Glasner at Selhurst Park. What? A statue? Really? Well, yeah, look what he's done. FA Cup last season. Europa Conference Final this season. He knows what he's doing. Could he go to Chelsea? Yeah, and do a job. 100%. But again, does he have that aura? Does he have that... Would he get that respect from these players at Chelsea with big personalities? We've spoken about Real Madrid and the Galacticos, big personalities. Chelsea got big personalities. Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, Reece James. Yeah, we've got an inexperienced squad. We've got a young squad. Would it suit us to have someone that's got a lot of coaching and managerial experience like Glasner? It could do. But I don't want it. Xavi Alonso. Keep repeating it. We need him. We need him at the club. Just to calm everything down, take it all in, start the rebuild, get the right players in. We've just seen Levy Colwell come back. Amazing. Amazing to have him back. He's a rock. He's a leader. We know he is. So we need to keep pushing. We need to get the right person in, start getting the right players in, getting rid of the dead wood. I'm not going to say names. We know they are at Chelsea Football Club. They need to go. They need to go. They need to be shot off. If we're going to lose money, just lose money. Because there's players at this football club that are not playing with the passion they should be for wearing that shirt. Full stop. No matter what age, no matter what level you're at, you've got to be committed. We want committed players. You're getting Alonso in for a new project. I can't believe we're saying this, a new project. Going again. What can we do? How can we progress? We can do it. We've got to stay positive. There's a lot of negativity the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months about surrounding Chelsea Football Club. How positive would it be to get Alonso through the door? Xavi Alonso as your manager. Get some players in. Mould it around your key players. Around Cole Palmer, Caicedo, Levy Colwell. Let's strengthen. We've got a good squad there. We know we have. We just need a good leader. We need a good coach, good manager. It can be done. It's possible. Tell me what you're thinking in the comments below. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already. Turn on your notifications because it's all going on. And it all went on at the weekend. Enough of the Chelsea talk about managers. You know who I want. I want to hear who you want. It's draining. It's draining seeing Arsenal doing so well. In a Champions League final as well. They're on for a double. Arsenal are on for a double. It's scary. We all said they were bottle jobs. They're going to bottle it. They're not bottling it. They're getting over the line. Arteta is finally going to win a major trophy for Arsenal. Arteta is finally going to win a major trophy for Arsenal. That's scary. What they can build with that squad and those players, Chelsea need to be looking at that and thinking, that should be us. But it's not. It's Arsenal, it's Man City, even Man United have progressed in a year. Chelsea haven't. A lot going on. It's a lot to take on board. I still can't believe the result from yesterday. I can't believe West Ham done themselves no favours. That could be the game does West Ham in and they go down. If Tottenham win tonight at Leeds, what's the difference? 4 points. 2 games left. Not a lot of hope. Even if we go and beat Tottenham in the next game, do West Ham a favour. I still think it's in Tottenham's hands now that West Ham have thrown that away. Arsenal were there for the taking. Let's not get it wrong. Arsenal were there for the taking. Squeaky bum time. They were concerned. They threw bodies forward. They needed that goal. And they got it. And not only that, they didn't concede at the end. They'd done everything they should have done. So you can just put your hands up and say fair play to all you Arsenal fans out there. Well done. Well done. Us Chelsea fans, yeah, we're annoyed. We're annoyed. The state of our club and the fact that Arsenal are on course for a potential double. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to say. Oh, I don't know what to say. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. So I'm going to laugh. And we're going to move on to transfer rumours now, sort of circulating around our team. Now, this lad, what season he's had, João Pedro. Around 20 goals in the league this season. His record for a Chelsea striker. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Usually when a player comes into Chelsea Football Club as a striker, they're terrible. They have the worst season they've ever had. Look at Liam Delap. Yeah, he's got injuries, but it just hasn't worked out for him. João Pedro is at another level. Well, not only is he at another level, yeah, he's Brazilian and he's got that flair about him, as we saw with the overhead bicycle against Forest, which was amazing. Absolutely amazing technically. He has that in his locker. And because he has that in his locker, the type of player he is, the work rate that he has, he reminds me of Diego Costa, who used to be Chelsea striker. Playing with that bit of grit, something in between his teeth, he just constant. He's attracting attention, a lot of attention. In the Premier League, yes. Man City are probably thinking, if Haaland was to leave, could he go there? Could they just get João Pedro up front? Imagine Arsenal with a João Pedro. It would work. But Barcelona heavily interested. According to reports, João Pedro could be interested in Barcelona. Who can blame him? Just won the league. Next season they're going to be vying for the league again. They will make a push for the Champions League. You never know. They might keep Marcus Rashford. They've got star-studded players in their squad. They're going places. What about Chelsea? Chelsea going backwards. Mid-table. Without Europe, are these players, are they going to commit? Regardless of what the contract says, they've got a couple of years left. That can be bought out. Are we going to keep Palmer, Caicedo, João Pedro, Levi Colwill? In the next couple of seasons, we're just going backwards. We're just not progressing. They won't stay. And the ownership will want to cash in because they can't sell the tickets. They can't sell them. Cole Palmer, Man United want him. Interest, 130 million. That's a lot of money. He's got a contract till 2033. But he can be persuaded. If we're not playing Champions League football, well, we're not going to be playing Champions League football. If we're not going to be playing in Europe, well, it's looking like Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth, all above us in the league, going to be playing Europe. We're not. It's going to take a miracle for us to get there. So what? We're in disarray, and we need to get players in. Yes, we're being linked with a lot of players. Anthony Gordon, well, he's potentially off to Bayern Munich. We're not going to sign Anthony Gordon. Who else can we bring in? Lots of talent, lots of players this season have proven they're quality Premier League players. Will Chelsea sign them? Who knows? Chances are we'll be selling. We'll be selling before we buy in. And that scares me. And for the new manager coming in. Whoever comes in, there'll be talks about who's leaving, who's coming in. They'll have a better idea than us fans. we're sitting on the fence. We're concerned. We need to see action. We need to see action, and it will start against Man City on the 16th of May, FA Cup final. If we can win that, just winning a trophy is a statement, massive statement. Now, Man City, we know, love this cup. They've won this cup so many times. We need to win this. We need to do a Wigan, almost, pull off a shock. It's a one-off game. Play your strongest players, not your Garnachos. Play your strongest players in their positions. That's all we're asking Callum McFarlane to do for that game. Palmer has to play. It's a game changer. Yeah, he's gone off the ball this season, but he's had his injuries. He'll want to score. He's got a point to prove every time he plays against a Pep Guardiola team and a Man City team. He has a point to prove. And so does the whole squad. It's been a shambles of a season. We can rectify some of the wrongs with a win. It's a big ask. We know it's a big ask. Football's a funny game. It's a funny game. We can do it. Let's get the result. It's only Man City. We can do it. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Again, it's been a long old season. It's been a hard slog for everybody, it seems. Top of the league, bottom of the league. Lots of teams in Europe. Congratulations to Aston Villa and to Crystal Palace for getting into their finals. Always want the British clubs to do well. That reflects good on the Premier League. But it's sad talking about other clubs. We're talking about Aston Villa doing well, Crystal Palace getting in the final, Arsenal on course for a double. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it's just getting boring. It's getting boring. Chelsea's getting boring. We need someone to come in, rock the boat with the ownership and actually get them on board with what they have for their project. And I believe Xabi Alonso has the project, and he will attract quality players if we have him in. If we get someone else in like Felipe Luis, maybe Glasner, Areola, I don't know. Might attract players from Crystal Palace and Bournemouth because they know the guys, but for me, stay clear. We need a guy with a plan, with a project. Someone that's calm as well under pressure. Leads by example. Xabi Alonso ticks all the boxes. Tactically, his formations would work at Chelsea. With the wing backs we have, who knows? I'm not the owner. We will see on that, and again, there's going to be more transfer talk coming about, no doubt, either today or tomorrow. There's always a new name thrown in the hat. I've mentioned Tuchel. He's still at England. Again, that's a long shot. As is Frank Lampard. That's a no-go. Can't see Frank Lampard deciding to jump ship to Chelsea. He does that, and then Coventry finish above Chelsea in the league. That's the way I see that going. Imagine it. Be a nightmare. So I think we've covered a lot. We've covered the managers. We've covered the success of Arsenal. Painful, absolutely painful. I'm Curtis Talks Chelsea. Thank you for listening. See you in the next one.